Hello, dear viewers. Happy day, happy day. I am here for your daily pick a card reading. Please choose a stone that calls to you, that your intuition would have you choose, and we'll begin your reading. Now, I'm asking you to pick the stone that really, your gut picks. Sometimes it's the very first one that comes to you. I will begin the readings now, and I'll put timestamps in the description so that you can find your pile easily. All right, so for those of you who chose the yellow, we have got the Hierophant, we've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Three of Wands. All right, Hierophant is the heart of your reading. Being Major Arcana, the Hierophant is all about, well, it's kind of about doing what we're supposed to do. It's about other people doing what they're supposed to do too. It's sort of working with human norms, expectations, traditions, customs, and organizations, institutions to bring about the greater good. It's sort of like to work with that to function in society and protect, things, institutions that help all of us, like the medical field or higher education or what have you, that kind of thing. Sometimes it means religion too. So for some of you, the Hierophant it's just kind of got you in a place where things are pretty predictable. It doesn't feel like crazy, nothing unusual is happening. It's just letting you know that you can certainly do what's expected of you today. You've got the power to do that. It's all right. It may even feel like a day where you really want to do that. I want to get this taken care of, that taken care of, that taken care of. It might even be one of those days. But for some of you, the Hierophant can feel a little limiting. Maybe it can feel a little limiting for all of us at different times, I suppose. We can feel a little like, okay, it's business as usual today. If we have any rebellious streaks, well, today is not the day for those. But this says that you are waiting for your ship to come in. You have the power to do what you're supposed to do, and a reward is coming toward you. See, that is one thing that the Hierophant is terrific for. I don't know if you're like me, but some structure makes you, gives you the power to succeed in certain areas where independently, all by your lonesome, you couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So sometimes getting together with other human beings or taking part in an organization that we human beings create together to get us to a goal is really helpful. So we got the Three of Wands. In other words, your ship will come in. You're investing time. You've already invested time. You're just not there yet. The Ace of Cups it can be about a peak emotional experience. It can either be about sort of an emotional day, or it can be an opportunity from spirit for a really nice emotional moment. And I actually think it's that here with these cards, because these are not negative cards. These are positive cards. So I actually think there will be a moment as you're interacting with other people where you just have this really fun time, these fun emotions, maybe some laughter. So that's what it looks like for your day. And for those of you who chose the purple, the amethyst, it's sort of marbled here. We've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Strength card, woohoo! And we have the Two of Cups. The Strength card is marvelous because that is giving you divine protection and strength. Usually that's what I see that card as, and especially when we have good cards around it, that means that you're stronger than you feel, and that's partly because there is a spiritual strength underneath. That strength is coming. Sometimes I picture it as sort of like coming up from the earth through the base of your feet, through the soles of your feet, through you, to just fill you with strength. I love that meditation. Actually, I love that visualization because we can sit in these visualizations and just feel the strength come in, and more and more and more. It's sort of basking in it. It's sort of, and it really does make us stronger, by the way. You should try it. It does. It works. And you have strength today. It's a good day to do that particular visualization, because here we have Page of Wands and Two of Cups. That means there's somebody you see eye to eye with the Two of Cups. You might have an agreement. It can be a pact. It can be just you're interacting with somebody who you feel like you're on equal ground with them. You're seeing eye to eye. You tend to validate each other. You tend to, in some ways, support each other. You both. It's mutually emotionally rewarding to interact. So that's terrific. You're going to have a nice interaction with somebody like that. And every time I say that, when I do these readings, there's a part of me that, because we live in this age of technology and online communications and interactions and reading each other's things and all of that, there's always a part of me that wants to say that it doesn't need to be in person. It doesn't even need to be voice to voice. It can be just this wonderful moment of, I see eye to eye with this person. It feels good. It feels like other people get you. It feels validating. So that is really nice. And the Page of Wands is a new goal. You might set a new goal today. You might pick up something new. The Page of Wands has picked up the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is an opportunity that's given to do something. And it can be a big goal. It can be a small goal. It starts out small in any case with the Page of Wands. So this is a nice reading. You've got good energy today. You're feeling like you're not alone, like you're understood by someone, and the Page of Wands is a new goal that you have for today. Or it could be the start of something that keeps going, We have the red jasper, who has the deep red. This is your reading. Oh, goodness. Goodness. We have the Hermit and the Moon and the Six of Cups. Okay, guys, so this is a watery, spiritual, deep kind of day for you. This is the kind of day where your intuition is very strong with the Moon. And the Hermit also has a message for you. So it's a good idea to meditate, to kind of, and listen to your intuition. And any thoughts that just seem to come in, hey, look at those, because they could be gold. You know what I mean? They could be like, oh, wow, I hadn't, it's what, sometimes you have those thoughts that come in, and, normally you would just think that's your brain doing its thing, bopping stuff about, or, things just kind of wandering in. But nope. Sometimes it is a thought that is coming to us because it's coming from somebody else on the other side who loves us and wants to guide us. And sometimes that thought is coming in because it may be an angel speaking to us, or even our higher self inside, So once in a while, it seems like in our most unguarded moments, sometimes we're kind of, going on autopilot. This thought will come in and we'll notice it and we'll go, what is that? That's a little message. So the Hermit brings a message. So in other words, meditation is good, but also just mindfulness. If you don't meditate, just be mindful that little thoughts may come in that are actually messages for your greater good. I have a story to tell. It's a little embarrassing. So last night I'm coming home late, and I got takeout for my family, and I went through the drive-thru, I paid for it, and I took off. I didn't remember my food. It was this late. Okay, I was a little fatigued. Some reason, a little bit down the road, the thought came, why is the food, how is this food next to me on the seat here? How is it doing? Is it spilling? No, it wasn't spilling. There was none. So I didn't go all the way home. I turned around, went back, and I got the food, and I laughed. I always laugh at myself when I do something foolish like that, because why not? Might as well get a laugh out of it. So that was, and then I realized, because I heard immediately, that was a helper telling me, hey, you forgot something. So anyway, so that's just, we get that help throughout the day. We get that help, and sometimes it's, don't do this task right now because that's going to be, that's going to go poorly, or you're not going to have what you need right now, but do this task. It's a good time to do this task, or call this person right now. It's a good time to call that person. And you call, and sure enough, they say something like, I was just thinking of you. We get that help throughout the day. The Six of Cups is also about, well, it's interesting. I talk about you might get a call from somebody, or you might call someone you hadn't seen in a long time, because sometimes that Six of Cups comes up where you're calling somebody you've known. Actually, it's someone you've known for a very long time. You have nostalgia with, you have memories with. You might have an interaction from somebody like that. Your intuition may lead you to do that. So that's it's a good day. It is a good day. And it's, I love that so many of you are doing this with me, where we're looking at the spiritual forces around us and under us and within us. And we're figuring out that there's a lot more to life than what's readily apparent, and it is miraculous. There is always hope when we realize that there's a lot more than what we see. We don't know it. There's so much more to learn, For those of you who chose this light green stone, and I think that's aventurine, we have 10 of Wands, we have 8 of Coins, and we have 6 of Wands. So here we have all minor arcana. So, you don't have to feel like there's going to be some huge event or earth-shattering decision to be made or anything like that. But it is a day where you sure are productive. Man, you get a lot done. You know what? I'm just getting that for those of you who always kind of are learning something, you're always learning something with this 8 of Coins. You tend to carry a lot of responsibility with the 10 of Wands. Perhaps worry, but responsibility, things you're carrying. Today, you have a victory with that. Today, it pays off. Today, you get this feeling like, hey, I'm really killing it. I'm really slaying it here in this area. I'm doing it. And you probably get some recognition from somebody else that you're doing it. So that's wonderful. It's a day of forward movement. It's a day of learning. It's a day of productivity. And this can be in anything. It doesn't have to mean that you're working like crazy. It can mean that you've been trying to learn something new and you sure make some progress today. With the 10 of Wands, though, whenever that one comes up, I always want to let people know that a lot of this is what we're carrying in our brain. See, we're carrying responsibility for it. Like through the day, our mind will go to, oh, I sure hope this works out. Or, oh, I sure hope that thing that I'm doing is going all right. Or, oh, yeah, I got to remember to do this. Oh, yeah, I got to remember to, all our responsibilities. We're carrying them all. And sometimes it's not really like we're working on them. We're just carrying them in our mind. Obviously, you're working on something. You're working on one of them today and doing quite well with that. But I guess I would want to encourage you to lay down some of these wands. We don't need to carry them in our brain. We can sort of take time to put them aside, I don't know. Sometimes journaling helps me to do that, where I'm like, okay, this is a priority for me. Okay, I've written about it. Now I'm putting it in Spirit's hands, or sometimes a list is good. If these are minor things you think you might forget, write them down and then get them out of your brain. Mindfulness is all about this. It's all about let's 100% focus on what we're doing right now. Let's enjoy it. If we're doing something with our hands, let's feel it. If we're doing something with our focus, let's keep our focus on it. Mindfulness is all about doing something 100% and trusting that all the other cares, they'll come up in their turn. And mindfulness helps us then to, be a lot less scatterbrained. I suppose I wouldn't have forgotten that thing last night if I was more mindful. But mindfulness helps us to really relax. It takes a lot of stress off of us. and it brings peace, and it just helps so much. I can't even explain. So I would encourage you to focus on this thing you're doing first, this thing you really want to get done or you really want to learn. And this, you know what? They can go over here. Those wands, they're going to be fine. They're not going anywhere. You're not neglecting any of your other responsibilities. To put them down there and figure they'll wait. Because sometimes that is what brings our victory. Where then we can really do well in the thing we're doing, and we feel it. We feel confident. We feel like, man, I really did great with that today. Whereas when our focus is splintered into all of our different thoughts and responsibilities, we start to feel like it's all just too much. We start to feel like, oh, I can't get this done. I can't focus. I can't. It's just too much. It's too heavy on my back, And we don't need to. One thing at a time. One thing at a time makes us productive. That stuff will wait. All right. Well, I thank you. I wish you good focus. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.